Chet Holmgren currently on the court working on his three-point shooting so far in the NBA Finals, shooting 41% from the field, 1 for 11 from three-point range. Here's Nabil Kareem with Thunder head coach Mark Daigneault.
Coach, you talked about how every game is different as far as rotations are concerned. What is your starting five tonight, and why go with that combo?
I haven't given out the starting five since the beginning of the season. I'm not going to start tonight, but every game is different. We'll react to the game and dance with the game and play the guys we think give us the best chance to win.
What's the biggest improvement you saw from Jalen Williams as far as running the point from games 3 to 4?
He's done a great job all year, on ball, off ball. We can move him all over the floor on the offensive end. But, with the way Indiana's pressuring, he's relieving a lot of that pressure with his ball handling and his creation.
You said the other day that there hasn't been a lot of comfort. You haven't been really comfortable throughout this series, right? And you didn't really have control in game 4 till late. How do you dictate the play early on in this one?
Well, we have to play better. We have to improve from game 4 to game 5. The discomfort of a series is part of the playoffs. When you play a great team over and over again, it's not going to be comfortable or easy. It hasn't been for either team, but we're just trying to be the better team here in game 5.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Bill.
All right, taking a look at some of the lineups, the Thunder went back to that double big lineup in game 4. Obviously, it paid dividends. You see Cason Wallace at 38 minutes, a +7. Has started, Channing, doesn't seem like he's played well in a lot of situations. Alex Caruso, the 2 games in which he scored 20, both wins for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Man, anytime you can go to your bench and bring new guys in, give different looks, maybe bring a little bit different piece of energy, that's a gift. But to me, I'm sticking with my team. I'm sticking with my 5. I'm sticking with that 2 big lineup. I'm not worried about a 6, a 2, or whatever. Now, Cason Wallace has been playing good, but if he already has that confidence, now he's another piece that I could bring like a chess piece on the board. I would love to see them stick with who they are, stick with that bigger lineup early in the game, give their big guys a chance, get rebounds, get out and run, and get going.
Now, Shannon, we also, for the last couple of minutes, watching Chet Holmgren warm up, I pointed out that he's 1 for 11 from three-point range. What do you notice as a shooting big and what he's working on right now that could help for tonight's game?
Man, you just got to simplify that. To me, I think it's very fixable. And Spade, we're talking about it. He has 4 different levers for a 7-2 dude. The reason why I was such a quick and good shooter, I caught it up by my chest, and that ball was going above my head and flicking with the wrist. But when you look at Chet, it takes him a long time, even if he's in the right spot. I think a game or 2 ago, he got his 3-point shot blocked. You're 7-2, my brother. You should never got it blocked unless that guy's making an amazing play. Chet is so skilled, and if he could just add a quicker jump shot, he would be almost impossible to guard with his skill set.
Brendan, I say all those things about Chet and a three-point shooting, but back-to-back double-doubles, 14 and 15 in the last game. Obviously, a very thin player to be putting in that work inside, 20 and 10 in game 3. What do you make about the way that he's had an impact around the basket, rebounding and scoring inside?
Well, his energy has definitely been something that I've been impressed with. Game 1, it looked like the moment was a little bit too big for him. Didn't put his best showing out there on film. And ever since then, I look and he's gotten a lot more comfortable. He's taking his time inside. He's realizing, hey, I'm 7'2". A lot of these guys, when he take inside, they can't guard him. He's taking his time. He's getting to his jump hook. Sometimes he's scoring with his offhand. Defensively, if he's not blocking shots at the rim, he's changing shots at the rim. He is one of the best rim protectors that we have in this league. And what truly makes him unique is, I can go out there and protect the rim, but I'll go out there on that perimeter and I'll slide my puppies with a guard as well, and I'll make life hard on them from the three-point line. So I think that Chet has played excellent basketball ever since game 1. Game 1 was a little shaky. Since then, his fingerprints have been all over this series.
Yeah, and Brendan, just to add to that, I love to see him on the offensive glass. And their wins, he has 5 of them with 10 second chance points. And their losses, only 1 offensive rebounds and no second chance points. Right? He's so skillful. He can shoot the 3. He can post up. He can block shots. He can affect the game so much. And I'm with Channing. They got to keep playing big. I think it helps Wallace as well. Going against second unit guys versus guys that start. It will definitely help him. And for me as a small, there's no way I want to go out there and crack back on you and Brendan. Now, if it's just Chet, I feel pretty good.
Right.
But it's Hartenstein and Chet. That length will bother smaller guys.
So, Smitty, explain something to me, right? As I see Pascal Siakam behind you right now, the intensity of his warm-up is different than Tyrese Haliburton. Obviously, both guys are producing at a high level, but what do you make of the difference in the way that Pascal Siakam is coming out with a little bit more energy, a little bit more physicality in his warm-up as opposed to like Haliburton?
You know, I don't make much of it. I mean, I know guys that look at it and say he's working hard. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has different situations how they go. Some guys at shoot around go extremely hard and then take it a little bit easier. Tyrese Haliburton might be the guy. I got to save my energy. He's going up against bigger and thicker guys. I was a small point guard as far as weight-wise when I first came in. I wasn't going to use it up, you know, when you talk about before we got to the game. And I think Pascal Siakam, he's just one of those guys. That's the way he plays. But it's no different because the guy's going harder and slower in pregame.
Yeah, he has no warm-up. Tyrese can allow himself to get in the game. Think about where Pascal Siakam has come from the G League, from the D League.
Get it out the mud.
Get it out the mud. So he can't warm up being cool. He got to warm up as he's going to play. I had to do the same thing. They used to be like, damn, Jenny, we went through a jersey already. I was like, well, give me another one. But for me, it just, again, like Smitty says, he has to practice.
A lot of aggressive.
Just give me another one.
Give me another one.
Shannon, did you have a sauna shirt underneath your jersey?
No. I didn't need that for the sweater. I was already sweaty. I have a glandular issue.
Wow. We'll learn something new about you that I didn't want to.
No. I appreciate how he's warming up, but I also appreciate that Haliburton probably is a lot more cerebral. And who am I going to get a couple shots for? When am I going to get my own shot? So I'm not worried.
All right. Clearly, the Indiana Pacers, Tyrese Haliburton, Pascal Siakam.
Look at the sprint here by Obi Toppin. They had a lob, they pass on it, but then you get the swing. Again, the rotations. They're late, just decisive with their passing. They're the best team in our league at creating advantages off the pass. And here again, an overextension. You see the smarts of Haliburton. No, I'm not going to go at Caruso. I'm going at Hartenstein. I'm going to put him in the action, which forces the commitment for Caruso. Look at a 2-on-1 opportunity there with Toppin. Again, guys are going to be late on the rotation. So their spacing and their quick, decisive decision-making is what makes their offense special. And they're able to do that even off of made baskets. And one reason why this team right now, 2-2 in the finals.
NBA Finals Film Room presented by YouTube TV. That's right. Game 5 breakdown Tuesday at 6:30 on NBA TV, hosted by yours truly, Greg Anthony and Phil Handy. Again, Tuesday at 6:30
Your boy,
on
Phil
NBA
Handy.
TV.
Hey, Phil's a genius. Phil's that guy.
Oh, look at Siakam, the kicky ball skills. Channing, can you do that?
Never.
That soccer background.
We got to watch it, make sure that ball doesn't come over here. It's pretty close.
He good.
Might clip us. Hey, Siakam's got some talent there, Smith.
No, he does. I don't know nothing about that. I can't. Free Wood can do that.
No, I definitely cannot.
Oh, okay. Nah.
Okay.
10 out of 10. He could do the halftime show. Pascal Siakam.
Hey, don't show us everything, Pascal.
Next level skill. Oh, and then the pass with the foot. Okay. It probably would be a soccer champion as well. Okay, big trade in the association. Desmond Bane going to the Orlando Magic for Cole Anthony, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, 4 first-round picks, and a first-round pick swap. Smitty, your thoughts on the move?
Well, I'm a Desmond Bane fan. Love what he brings to the table, both ends of the court. I like the matchup of him and Suggs in the backcourt, and then you look at the 2 frontcourt players, Wagner and Pablo Banchero. I think Wendell Carter Jr. is probably the 5. So I love everything about it when you start saying players. And my glasses, all right, Channing, is that 5 possible first-round picks? Is it 5? That's the one thing but I'm a little questioned about.
You would assume that Orlando is going for it now. They've seen enough. You developed your young stars. Now you're adding all-star caliber vets to your team. To me, this is the move you would want. If you're Orlando, you go, man, we don't need these picks because these are mid-range picks any old way. So if we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, we're 2nd, 3rd, maybe even 1st in the Western and the Eastern Conference. To me, I love it.
Let me take my glasses off.
I think they're going to be.
There was 5 first-round picks.
5 picks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I don't agree with that.
5 of them.
Thank you.
Listen, I'm giving it up. I don't need picks. I need men. We trying to win.
Let's put in perspective, right? You look at the Orlando Magic over the last 10 years. That means it's 2015, the last time we saw a team struggle that bad from three-point range. Desmond Bane, 41% for his career from outside. Channing, it feels like a team desperate for outside shooting. Now they have an answer. Also, that other position in the backcourt, right? We know Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero up front, Jalen Suggs. Now they have the fourth guy. That's their start.
Think about what you've added. Certified bucket, above average defensively. He's been to the playoffs multiple times. He's not your main guy, so he's going to fit in absolutely great with this young group. He's physical, and I think he likes this opportunity to go to this new young team in Orlando because he sees where he can make the improvement.
At the end of the day, it comes down to winning. If you win, no one will care about the picks. If you don't win, they will say that you made a really, really bad deal and you should have seen this coming and you overpaid.
Nobody's talking about Minnesota's picks.
And you know what else you're not talking about?
But they talk about the Knicks picks, though.
You're not talking about Jett Howard or Tristan DeSilva at all either, which are guys that they've selected in the last couple of years. Now, for the Memphis Grizzlies, right? There's a lot of alarms going off. Like, hold on, is Ja Morant next? Where is he going to be moved to? Jaren Jackson Jr., a high-value player on a great contract for what he brings to the table. Smitty, there's a lot of smoke about those two guys and their value around the league because a lot of teams are salivating at that possibility.
Oh, it is. And I think Memphis is out there right now looking to make moves. I don't think this is their last move. It could be. They might not get what they want for some of the players that they're shopping right now. But I think the Memphis Grizzlies right now is calling a lot of teams right now. And I think B. Wood right now, they're changing the landscape of their team.
Yeah, I definitely don't think this is their last move. One of those picks, if I'm correct, is a kind of high pick.
Yes.
That they got back. I think it's between like the Washington Wizards and
somebody. So it's a pick swap and it's protected through the top 8. So if it's the Wizards and it's a top 8 pick, it's not going.
So when you look at that move right there and you look at that pick swap, they're obviously trying to get some youth and some young talent in there. And that might not fit with the timeline of what Ja Morant wants to do right now, what Jaren Jackson Jr. wants to do right now. So it will be interesting to see moving forward how this Memphis team looks. But my, oh my, how quick time flies. Remember, this was supposed to be the OKC, the it team. Remember that interview from Ja back in the day?
That was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago.
He said he was good in the West. That turned out to not be so true, okay? And so at the end of the day right now, I think that I agree with Steve Smith. There has to be another move coming, whether that means moving those picks for a veteran or if that means moving one of your veterans out, because there's no way you move Desmond Bane and think that you're competing at a high level in the West. You need him to get back to where you thought you would be.
Yeah, Orlando Magic clearly going for it. What are the Grizzlies doing?
5 picks.
Hold on. We got DJs, we got fans, we got Bison, and we are ready here in Loud City for Game 5 of the NBA Finals between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. It's been great so far. We'll be back after this break. Indiana Pacers have not lost back-to-back games during this playoff run. In fact, last time they lost back-to-back games was March 10th. Aaron Nesmith, we know what he can do in late-game situations. A man that can catch on fire. On this date in NBA history, sometimes I dream that he is me, the double nickel for Michael Jordan against those Phoenix Suns and Charles Barkley in the NBA Finals. 55 points, 8 rebounds in Game 4. The Bulls take that 3-1 lead. That's UNC bias from Brendan Haywood. And then in 1996, look at that score, Smitty. 87-75.
That's great basketball.
Smitty loves it.
Great basketball.
The Bulls on their 4th title.
You get 30 out of 80, you can go.
Wait. That iconic picture, but hold on. 75 points by the opposing team, the Seattle Supersonics. Smitty, that's excellent defense as well.
It's a different brand of basketball. I mean, possessions mattered. It was more post-up. Bigs was really the catalyst to the game back then, because they got the basketball more. There's more paint touches with the post-ups. It was just a different type of basketball. It was more physical as far as holding, and guys less movement. So different brand of basketball. But when you can get 35 out of 85, that's pretty good.
Hey, Channing, I got something for you. A little fan for your glandular issue here, my friend.
Getting hot. The humidity got me in a chokehold.
All right, so We've seen it. Back and forth we go. Neither team has won 2 games in a row here in the NBA Finals. So predictions. B. Wood, you up first for Game 5 here.
We're in OKC. I think OKC is going to play a lot better at home. They're going to do way better than 3 of 16 from 3. They're going to have a lot more than 11 assists. They're going to feed off the energy of this building. And the Caruso will come off the bench and have a big-time effect as well. Let me get OKC to win this game.
Yeah, I got OKC. I'm here. Why not? Plus, I don't want to get yelled at outside. So
that's some expert analyst work right
Jennings
there.
like, I'm afraid of the streets.
I got
so
OKC. Why not?
Can we get why?
Well, no, because we're in OKC.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going with OKC. I think that guy SGA gets back to the free throw line, 11, 12, 13 free throws. And I think their defense starts to ramp up. The bigs, I think, dominate on the offensive glass. So I'm going OKC, but I think it'll be a close one down to the end.
You know, this atmosphere in here, Brendan, you feel the energy. This feels like an incredible scene for the NBA Finals.
Listen, these fans bring a lot of energy. They always have. I expect nothing less tonight. This is going to be an absolute dogfight, and the fans are going to get their money's worth, and they're going to be in it from beginning to end.
Yeah, and you know, they're supporting their team out in Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indiana as well as they are here at Paycom Arena. Loud City is what they call it, Channing, living up to that name.
I didn't know. I thought it was Brick City, but hey, who knows?
No, that's Brick Town. Inside of here is Loud City. I'm teaching Channing things. All right, Channing Frye, Steve Smith, Brendan Haywood, the champs are here. I'm Chris Miles. We'll see you following the action as we talk to the players after the game.